The worst thing we can do is remain silent. How many times I've been to the campuses, I brought this subject up about military arrests and the problems that we're facing, assassination and torture and all these things. And I said, but how many times have you read it or heard about it on the evening news? I mean, it's almost like there's a silence out there. But early on in the campaign, I would bring up, I'd just sort of say, well, let me tell you a little bit about NDAA, and I would think I had to fully explain it. But as soon as I said NDAA, the people in the audience, they were outraged about it, which means we're not silent. We know about it, but we have to get around the system, which will not report on it, because they're part of the problem. They're part of the military-industrial complex. But another accusation that is made quite frequently at me and you is that we're not patriotic. Well, we do know the military supports this because they said that's un-American, you're not patriotic. But all our views are supposed to be unpatriotic. They hide behind this, and patriotism is. But I have been taught and I have been convinced that patriotism is that quality that permits us in a free society to criticize our own government when they're wrong. This is why I have a soft spot in my heart for whistleblowers. The whistleblower serves a very good function, but quite frequently, what are they accused of? Treason. Why are they doing this? Why are they releasing this information? So, Bradley Manning, you know. Now, he's in the military, and there are probably some, debate on exactly how and what to do, but let me tell you, Bradley Manning didn't kill anybody. Bradley Manning hasn't caused the death of anybody. And what he has exposed, he is equivalent to Daniel Ellsberg, who told us the truth about Vietnam. And when Daniel Ellsberg was under the gun, the government wanted to crack down on the exposure on the New York Times. The New York Times, printed the material that Ellsberg released. And that went to the Supreme Court. And Ellsberg did not go to prison. It was upheld, and New York Times did not suffer either, the consequence of this. So we're at this point, but just think right now, I'm afraid that if we took a poll across the country, and they say, should we try Assange for treason? But most Americans are going to say, oh yes, he's a bad guy. He's telling us all these secrets. But guess what? He's an Australian citizen. And you read about it all the time. That's try him for treason and bring him to the United States. So we have so much power and clout, even Sweden is submitting to saying, well, if he gets here, we'll drum up some false charges and we'll send him over to the United States so he can have a fair trial. But those are the kind of things, those are the problems that we need to worry about, that we need to be concerned about, but they're also the kind of things that we can reverse, and that should be our goal, to change this, to know what a free society is all about, to know where we are and what we need to do. We don't have to invent it. We've had a good taste of it. We don't have to go back to a static period in the 19th century because there were a lot of problems. Even the gold standard can be improved upon. So we want to advance the cause. I think the cause of individual liberty actually started in 1215 and got a tremendous boost with our revolution and our Constitution. But we don't want to say we're going back. The people who want tyranny, want big government, that's what is ancient, and that is what we should worry about. They're the ones who want to go back to the Dark Ages.